Okay, so we have an exciting new game to play, and I know we're dealing with functional harmony right now, but the most important thing that we want to deal with right now is being able to hear chords and to hear what inversion they are in, and to be able to identify them. So I think that the most important part of this is to be able to identify what is the root of the chord, and what is the bass note of the chord. So we have two things that we need to hear. For the bass note, well, you need to listen for whatever the lowest voice is, and hopefully that's going to be pretty obvious. Again, if you have trouble hearing bass lines, if you don't play a bass instrument, go through some scores. Get some scores out, listen to pieces, and follow along with the bass part so that you can learn to pick out that voice. But today, what we're going to do is play Find the Fourth. Okay? We're not going to do it within a key. I'm just going to play you some chords, and you're going to find the fourth within that chord. What do I mean by find the fourth? Well, if I play a triad, and I extend it up an octave, as long as I have more than an octave, if you sing up there and sing the notes that are in that chord, okay, do is in the chord, great. Re, mi is in that chord. Fa, so is in that chord. La, ti, do is in that chord. Now at that time I had to skip two notes. I had to skip la and ti. So, la, ti, do, in order to find the next note in the chord. That is, therefore, the fourth in the chord, and the top note of that fourth is always going to be, as long as we're doing triads, the root of the chord. Isn't that exciting? It's very exciting. Great. The only thing that's not going to be true for is that, because there's no fourth in that, there's only a tritone. But if you have a tritone, then not only will you know in our current context where the root of the chord is, you'll also you'll know exactly what chord it is, because we only have one diminished chord in our lexicon at the moment. So here we go. Now we're going to play the game. So here we go. So great. Here's a chord. Find the fourth. So we can start with the bass note, which is, well, da, da. So those two notes are both in the chord. Da, 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 da. So that's the root of the chord, and that's the bass note. So it's a major chord in first inversion. If this were one, it would be a 1-6 chord. Great, but we're not going to worry about that at the moment. It's just find the fourth. So the bass is, this is the bass. Da, 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 da. That's the fourth. Da, da. So that's the root. And that's the bass, which means it's a 6/4 chord. Right? Got it? Let's try another one. Da, 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 da. That's the root of the chord. That's the bass. So it's a major chord in first inversion, be a 6 chord. It's not a something 6 chord. Right? One more. Da, 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 da. Well, I've already gotten to a triad, so I also know then da 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 da. That would be that's find the fourth, and so that's the root, and lo and behold, it happens to be the bass note as well, so that's just a major chord in root position. Great, understand how it works? Fabulous. We'll do another one where we'll play find the fourth with some functional harmony.